This week's big task is the podcast workshop, followed by the podcast plan for revision. I wanted to give a really quick set of video instructions for how to complete the workshop because Canvas is new and so some things might be confusing. First, I believe you will not be able to do a peer review until your group submits the podcast draft. A few groups do still need to submit, and that's okay. I've chatted with you, so don't worry. Late groups will just peer review each other's podcasts. Okay, so the tricky part is that the place where you will download the file that you need to listen to in order to do the peer review and the place where you will submit your peer review are in different locations in Canvas. So to download the file you will listen to and then give feedback on, go into the Audio Essay Draft 1 submission page. And then off to the right here you can see a heading called Peer Review. Under that heading, for those of you who have submitted your podcast episode, there will be a link to a file for you to peer review. If you haven't submitted, you will see no file assigned as it does here on the sample student page. But if you have submitted your podcast, you should be assigned one to review. So click on the link, download the file, and you'll need to listen to the file in an MP3 player on your device in order to do the workshop. To actually submit the peer review, you will go to the podcast workshop page, which you can see here, and which has a few more details about how to do the workshop and what to do in giving your feedback. I actually have a video here about how to give good feedback because a lot of times students aren't sure how they can best be of help to their colleagues when giving feedback. So be sure to watch it. There are 2 questions you are supposed to answer in your workshop to kind of guide you in giving your feedback. You're supposed to give about 2 paragraphs each for those questions. You can also add other things as well, but be sure you answer those questions. So you can find those questions by scrolling down on the podcast workshop page, but also here's a screenshot. You can also find the criteria by which I will grade your peer reviews on that page as well. You can see the rubric down there. And yes, the peer reviews themselves are graded. So use the rubric there to also help you guide how you write your feedback. Okay, hopefully that helps make the workshop process a little bit clearer. Once I have received your feedback, I'll distribute it back to the podcast's original authors. And once you have received your peer review feedback for your own podcast, and feedback from me, which I will provide to you soon, that's when you'll start the next assignment, which is the plan for revision. And the plan for revision page, as you can see here, details what I'm expecting for that document. So the deadlines for these 2 assignments are October 7th for the workshop and October 10th for the plan for revision. Though those deadlines are pretty flexible, if you haven't yet submitted your podcast draft, they will of course be pushed back a bit. So that's it for now, and don't hesitate to email me if you have questions.